blogger based on and his name resounds in all of our ears, almost every time on social media. And you only need to give him the hashtag, he will trend it for you right now. He's been doing it and he's known for his show. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a similar honor of introducing and welcoming to this podium, Mr. Kobby Kyei, now blogger and alumni of University of Education.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to God for how far this brought myself and all of us. I completed University of Education with UEW. And like you mentioned, every time I go to interviews on TV, radio, I'm super proud to have completed this university because it's a university of excellence. And so I told myself that regardless of everything that I would do, like I have to stand for excellence. So in 2010, I came to do my diploma at Central Campus in music. I was 2 years. Then I went back to do my national service, came back to do music education. So I added education to it. So that was my first degree, University of Education, UEW. Wow, I feel so proud and humbled to be here because when I used to visit friends at Simba Hall, go for lectures, roaming all about, I didn't know God would take me to this far, and it was just God. And so before I start my submission, I have to take God seriously. He's a factor. If you don't have anything I'm trying to say, you don't wake up, let's say thank you God. Let's say thank you God. Let's say thank you God. Because there are times that you have plans for the day, but the way it shifts. So God has it, His own direction and where He wants to take us. I'm super humbled and thanks to the team for inviting me. I know blogging is a new media in town, so quite a number of people are going into it. Put your phones down, maybe unless you're writing something on the phone. Listen to me attentively, and I'm sure I'll make an impact before I leave here. Now, first of all, give the genesis of blogging. But before that, I want you guys all to work on your mindset and how you think. And mind is very powerful. And so if you want to be a lecturer one day, if you want to be a presenter one day, if you want to be a businesswoman or businessman, you have to position your mind very well. That is key. So anywhere I go, I give this simple exercise. Anytime there's food in the fridge and you've not been told that the food is spoiled and you eat it, you feel okay. But once you have been reminded that, if you're not saying you begin to have some funny feelings in your stomach, two of us, because of your mindset. Once your mind is not telling you that this is bad, you do it. But once you're being reminded and your mind goes for it, then, so that should tell you how powerful the mind is. There are times where you think that, oh, this is going to happen, and it happens. When you start discouraging yourself, that is the reason why a lot of pastors, quote unquote, fake pastors, take our money from us. Because they work psychologically with our brains. Because for instance, if I see a family, I know someone called Ajuan. Obviously, you can't tell me that there's nobody called Ajuan in the family. So they work on our minds. So make sure that everything you're doing, from academic to everything you're doing, will work in your mindset. Because the mind is very powerful. Now, blogging. Let me give you an issue about how I started blogging. So, I'm sure someone will ask that you came to university to do education, music, and so why blogging? Because I've never been to any media school. I don't have any certificates in regards to media, journalism, communication, or nothing. But when I was growing up, I had passion for media. So when I bought the phone for UEW, I bought for GIG, but GIG didn't come, and I had UEW, and I came. So after university, when I came back from my degree, I was following Sarkodie. How many of you know Sarkodie? Okay, so I was a very hardcore fan. I am, but not to those days when I'll remove my shirt when Sarkodie is on stage. So I brought Sarkodie here together with some team. First time Sarkodie came here, around 2008. That's how. So they came to see me that they wanted to. So the first time Sarkodie performed in UEW, we had a program at the South Campus, Liberation Square. So I tell them now, almost auditorium way. So all our programs were being held there. So that was the first time Sarkodie came here. So I was a hardcore fan of Sarkodie. Anywhere, Tamale, Sarkodie will be performing, I'll be there. Sarkodie didn't even know me back then. But I was following him because apart from the music, I saw that this guy has some brand. So I had to challenge, I want to be like him. So I had a lot of followers on social media. So anytime that people want to see any facts about Sarkodie, they come to my page. And I had no idea what blogging was about. And I had so many followers. I was in a 10Ks, 1Ks, and it was all about Sarkodie. So after university, I was just roaming. It was difficult. And so a friend brought my attention to it. And I joined all social media platforms because of Sarkodie. I remember a friend, Francis, he's in Germany now. We're all at Central Campus. So there's a cafe behind Central Campus. I don't know if it's still there. There's a cafe behind Central Campus, a barbering shop, a salon, and I don't know if you guys know. The nice barbering salon. There's a cafe there. So he said, oh, Kobby, if you want to be if you want to follow Sarkodie, let's go to the cafe. Let me log on, let me help you log on to Facebook and Twitter and all those things. And so the friend actually introduced me to social media. And I started posting stuff. So the friend was like, no, I think you write well, you speak well, you know entertainment. So why don't you now go into blogging? I said, what is blogging? So I went on the internet to Google what is blogging, and he gave me an idea. And I called Amir Debra. I said, boss, I want to come and see you. You are Amir Debra? Yeah. So I visited Amir Debra, and when I introduced myself, he said, I told you you are even blogging already. I said, no. Are you not a blogger? I said, no. He said, I've been seeing you posting about Sarkodie. I said, I don't know what it's about blogging. He said, that is what you're doing. And then he said, hey, I'm not a blogger. Yeah, anymore. Because I was always active. Sarkodie is performing at O2, Sarkodie is doing, and I didn't know all these were. It was something I was doing. It was a career I was doing, but I didn't know. So now my biggest challenge was that to switch from a Sarkodie fan to a Kobby Kyei brand. It was difficult. Because anytime you post any article, hey, Sarkodie blogger for something, Sarkodie. So I had no website back then. So this is what I did. There's something we call, when you go to CNN, they have some news review thing that do. So they will use, let's say if Sarkodie wins BET, Sarkodie wins BET, they will use his picture and the headline. That's it, then they will share. So that's what I started. So I go on Twitter, so Sarkodie when the news, then I use a person's picture, then I'll blast it, polish it, shine. And they win. Those who discourage you. But I have to polish. I've been blogging for 4 years. This year, November, will be my 5th year. But it looks as though I've been around for a long time. Just last Friday, I won my 15th award. And these are the Ghana Web Excellence Awards. I won the overall Best Blogger of the Year. And I was in the category with Zion Felix, Amir Debra, and all these guys, top guys. Change Coco, now you're big guys, all these guys, then I'm just small boy. But because of my work, I stand out. Which we'll get into that. So when you say blogging, let me tell you how blogging started. So anytime someone is traveling and he or she finds something interesting on the road, then the person will just post and share. Okay, so I just spotted one, okay, maybe passing the rest of the vacation this year. So there are people who blog when they're traveling. So blogging is just sharing your opinion. So people have their personal blogs. So that's how blogging started. Sharing your opinion on issue. So you have food bloggers. Those days, food bloggers. So what they do is that you come to Unilever. What is it? That's all. And you blog. If you go to this country, this town, sharing your opinion. If it is health, you notice that this person has his own blog. Sharing his opinion. Then people go there to read. But over the years, now things started changing. So blogging began to be the new media. So now as I have Felix and I have Brother, people go on their website to read news. Those days it was Ghana Web, it was My Joy Online, it was Peace FM Online, it was Adom FM Online. But these days people are reading on blogs. And because of social media and mobile phones, now people are following blogs all the time. Now bloggers are breaking news. Even before TV3 will go and sit down to edit, their producers will edit the news. So fellas are now making their broadcast. So that is how bloggers start sharing opinion. So that's how we have entertainment bloggers. We have food bloggers, travelers. But yes, a lot of things that needs to be addressed when it comes to blogging, the blogging community in Ghana. Now, if you want to be a blogger, there's some few things that you need to pay attention to. Number one, your credibility. There are times where any news will come up in Ghana and I've had people calling me, Kobby, so one post media, and that alone speaks volume to me. Shall I say we're buying one post media engine? They say, oh, we are winning award, we are saying, we will not posted it. I will not believe it. So if you're a student blogger or you're a blogger, you have to pay attention to credibility. One of the speakers mentioned, don't rush in putting out information. One of my biggest mistakes I did when I started was a news I broke up into dates. I feel so ashamed of myself that I did that news. It went viral. And why I mentioned I was so embarrassed until date that has created some tension between me and that person. He has forgiven me, we are cool, but the relationship that we had was broken. So you all heard about Kobby Kyei songs. There wasn't confusion. What is always where we are signing now? So I broke that story. Yes. It was because I had been previewed to that song, which was sung by a Malian, when I was at Central Campus. It's more Central Campus, I said maybe a music. It's when I go on Adobe TV, when I go on Xylophone and I'm speaking, I do music. So there are times when the show will be sitting close to me and I'll mention that you sang this song in this key and when the show will be short. So when I was standing, I said, oh, so I'll be maybe music, maybe music here. So I did all my research, maybe tried to content to me. Guy in the air, 200, I did Kobby Kyei there, so 200, challenge the 10. That is how come people still tag Kobby Kyei to say, we are. So I feel so bad anytime I saw to see my camera, I was able because I feel said that was something bad that I did. Even though it was factual, but in PR in blogging, and somebody that you want to help, stand for the world in terms of our music, was a wrong decision for me. And again, I thank God that I didn't see at the beginning of my blogging. Because if you see sometimes here, we are in Kenya. So it says that time I was able to now revisit my thought. I said I will never do those stories again. So I was rushing to put the news out there because I needed the numbers. I needed the talkability. But guess what? Anytime Kwame says that he goes to the embassy or he travels and say BBC and people want to interview him, when they Google his name, Kobby Kyei, story song, Kobby Kyei, text song, Kobby Kyei, business. And this is a wrong presentation. Because imagine you go to the embassy and Google your name, Kobby Kyei raped at 18-year-old, Kobby Kyei has stolen our money. It's bad. So from that point, I changed my writing. So credibility is key. Now let's talk about if you're a blogger, like the dean said, if you're not in the room, what people say about you, that is your brand positioning. Your brand positioning. How do you want people to know you? But now I've been able to champion the cause of positivity in the blogging space that when they mention bloggers in Ghana, they know that this guy is different. It was through consistency and brand positioning. Because I walk into offices and I say I'm a blogger. And now, and I'm sure all of you, you have that perception. When you hear bloggers, what's it? True or false? I've been able to walk into corporate offices and when I introduce myself as a blogger, they say, oh, Modi, when they say, and gradually I am breaking that rule. Because I thought that when you go to the Western world, if I tell you what bloggers are doing in UK, US, they are taking millions of cities. So why is that in our part of the world, we just want to just push negativity? All because of numbers. You see, I don't want to mention it, but you see an actress, two actresses, or actresses fighting, and every blogger is looking it. But if you're able to position yourself well, trust me, you might not be part of the crowd, but when you stand out, God is also His own wisdom will bless you. People are like, oh, Kobby, you're person, you're negative news, or yes, I know what you're commenting on. But I keep telling them that the session of Ghanaians, you got 30 million and over. So 30 million, are you telling me that we are not negative news? Someone will go crazy, telling me I like Banco and Tilapia. But you will go on, this guy, he didn't hit that food. A food like jollof and chicken. Nobody should hate it. But you have one friend in your room who says jollof and chicken. True of us. It's okay, so who would say, yeah, oh, when you be happy because or the negative neutral wow, yeah, numbers in it, psychologically, you think that that's what the people like. Oh, wow. Example. Your water must see an accident. You take out. You be able to get any. And the one is one, and the company is one. And the one is one. But because I am negative, negative, you can't say the creative was the one behind the person. So don't be deceived, especially if you want numbers. And these are questions that I get all the time. How do I get numbers on my blog? How do I get people to read my news? Don't rush in putting silly content out there just because you want people to read. Because if I put, sorry to say, we'll be the toilet everywhere. No, we should the perfume go out. Never find once and double. If you have one and once and double. Most of the behavior and performance. So naturally, it's few people who want to associate themselves with greatness. And eventually, with consistency, if you build that numbers. When I was coming up, people were like, oh, tell me numbers more. All the people who advise me, some people I'll be right. I am verified on Instagram, I have numbers more than them, I get engagement more than them. Well, I told myself that I will not do what these people are doing. You can go for events, and students, blogger, you go for events, and you see the students in a motor show. Now I start saying, what was so beautiful? Now we view the phone and view and now they are told because you say, oh, that is what the people like. That is not what the people like. That is what you are giving them. And that's the perception. Also, it is never true. Imagine if you are putting out the correct content. You. The viewers have no choice than to consume it. Because when I was growing up, when we used to watch by the fireside, tell me, the content on TV and radio has changed. When I was growing up and I used to listen to Peace FM and Adom FM and Adom TV, all those contents were children relatable that your parents will not even sack you. But these days, our parents are just pushing us away. They don't want us to watch those content. Even TV3, this case, the program, Talenta case, and it's Roma. When I go on TV, I tell them all the time. You see a 12-year-old boy. No, to catch it and bend down low. So if I say Talenta case event program, what are you telling that generation? Then you have judges there watching kids singing songs that have kiss and sex and all those things. And they're happy about it because they're just checking voice. They're not checking about the impact.
Are you following me? So if you're a blogger and you are thinking about impact, you are thinking about the next generation, you won't just put anything out there just for the numbers. There are times you go on Facebook and Facebook will remind you that you took a picture or you posted something 10 years ago. It's like, hey, people worry about this.